Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Chris Abbott, and I've been helping churches with Facebook ads and social media and Plan Your Visit for the last 7 years. So in this video, we're going to be walking you through kind of what your church should be looking at when crafting a digital invite strategy and a visitor strategy. And we're going to specifically answer the question, why should my church do Plan Your Visit? Coming up. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, we create new videos every single day, 5 days a week, helping pastors and church leaders to be able to use technology, social media, and Plan Your Visit in order to reach more people for Jesus. So in this video, we're going to be specifically talking about Plan Your Visit, kind of breaking down some of the pros and cons, kind of what that looks like, and whether or not your church should actually be utilizing something like Plan Your Visit. So let's dive in. So the first question is, what exactly is Plan Your Visit? So in order to answer that question, it's important to know that this is not just a button on your website or an option to be able to schedule an appointment in advance, although it is those things as well. But Plan Your Visit is actually a ministry that you launch at your church where you're just simply taking some friendly people and assigning them to host some of your new visitors when they show up on Sunday. The best way to do this is by creating a Plan Your Visit page, right? And then whenever someone signs up for Plan Your Visit and gives you their name, email, and phone number, then you or someone from your team just reaches out to them, answers any questions that they might have, and then assigns a friendly host to host them on Sunday morning. So when we started doing this at my church here years ago, the whole idea was just to do this at Easter. So I'd actually visited a church 2 years before that had something like this, right? I think they called it like the red carpet program or the VIP program or something like that. And so my wife signed up for it and wanted to check things out. And when we showed up, it actually wasn't everything that I thought it was gonna be, right? So it was kind of cool. Like, somebody actually met us out in the parking lot. They knew that we were coming. They helped us get our son, who was a baby at the time, and helped him get, kind of checked in. But then they just kind of turned us loose and just said, okay, great, well, have a great time, right? Let us know if you have any questions. And so I remember thinking, man, this was such a cool idea, but it didn't really hit the nail on the head. Like, it should have been so much more, because really, like, it was a little bit of a larger church and we didn't really know where we were going or where to sit or what to do. And we wanted to meet people. That was the whole reason for signing up for it. And so I started having this idea of like, man, I bet we could do this at church and we could do this better. I started thinking, if you do this right, it'll be like having a best friend waiting for you at the front door, right? And so at the end of the day, that was kind of my vision. I just started thinking like, okay, what would it look like, right? Like, if you'd been inviting your best friend to church every single day for years, and then finally one Sunday your best friend said, okay, I'm coming to church. Right, dude, if that was me, I'm telling you, like, I'd get to church early. I would have a special parking spot saved for him up front, right? The moment he got there, I'd be out there like high-fiving. I'd be grabbing his kids out of the back of the car, taking them inside. I'd be helping him get his kids checked into kids' church. I'd give him a tour of the building. I'd introduce him to all the key staff and leaders, the cool people. I'd probably shield him from some of the weird people, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd already have seats saved in service. I'd sit with him, right? I'd make sure that he met the pastor. Like, I would go over the top, but because he's my best friend, right? Like, that's what I would do for any of my friends. I would just be out there just kind of hosting them and hang out. In fact, anytime I invite a friend to church and they come, right, that's what we do. You meet them at the front door, you show them around, give them a tour of the property, introduce them to some of your other friends. And at the end of the day, that's what Plan Your Visit is. That's why personal invites are so effective, right? It's because you think about it, you're eliminating the anxiety that people have about visiting a church for the first time because they know they're going to meet a friend there. See, that's what Plan Your Visit does for your church, even if a visitor doesn't know anybody there, right? It's kind of like having a best friend waiting for you at the front door, and it just kind of lowers the barrier of entry. Now, if you've been in ministry as long as I have, it's easy to just forget how awkward it can be whenever you're visiting a church for the very first time. Now, an important thing to note is whenever you're launching Plan Your Visit, right, you don't want to treat people like VIP. You don't want to treat them like rock stars. You want to treat them like family. So this was one of the parts from my experience that I was just like, man, the whole idea of kind of rolling out the red carpet, I didn't want to be a VIP. I just wanted to meet people, right? I was checking out a new church for the first time. I just wanted to get connected. And so more than anything, I wanted to meet somebody who'd been there for a while, ask them some questions, right? Find out how long they'd been there, how they liked the church. I wanted to find out about small groups and some of the different programs they had and the kids ministry. And I just wanted to meet more people who were like me, right? Meet more people my age. That was one of the things that we were really looking for in a church, was to be able to connect with people and have biblical community. So a lot of churches go into this saying, hey, we're going to roll out the red carpet and treat you like VIPs. But listen, that's not what people are looking for, okay? You miss the mark if you do that. So don't treat them like VIPs. Treat them like family. Okay, so before I get to my last couple of points and finish breaking down Plan Your Visit, make sure to subscribe to this channel. We've got brand new videos coming out every single day, 5 days a week. And if you hit that subscribe button and then hit that little bell notification, you'll get notified every single time we drop a new video. All right, so what do you need to do if you are going to launch Plan Your Visit at your church for the very first time? Well, it's pretty simple. All you want to do is you want to find what we call your people. Right? So these are the people that are happy all the time, they're smiling, right? They've never met a stranger. And so these people are perfect for Plan Your Visit. In fact, you don't need a lot of training or anything like that. These people naturally know how to host people and take care of new guests. So you just want to hit some of the highlights, right? It's important for them to focus on first impressions because people don't remember what you say, they remember how you make them feel. So you want to smile, make sure you have lots of eye contact, make sure you have fresh breath, right? One of the things that my church does is we actually strategically hide breath mints all over the church so that anyone who is a staff or key leader is going to pray with someone, or if they're hosting someone for the very first time, they can literally just walk up within walking distance of place to go grab an Altoid or some type of fresh mint. So this is a great thing to do. Supply all of your Plan Your Visit hosts with breath mints and then kind of hide some in some strategic places around the church so you're always only a couple of steps away from fresh breath. Another thing that you want to always focus on is make sure that your Plan Your Visit hosts are introducing your guests to at least one other person. Right? It's really important to get connected and to meet other people. And so when someone's coming out and they're checking out your church for the first time and trying to figure out if it's going to be a good fit and they want to make your church their home, the two main questions they have is who's the pastor and who are the people. They're obviously going to hear the pastor and have a chance to kind of engage with you, but it's really important for them to also have a chance to meet some of the people around, because if they meet people that are in a similar season of life as them, that they kind of hit it off with, there's a really, really good chance that they're going to come back and make your church their home. One of the things that I have seen that is a really, really important thing is never ask someone if they're new, right? So it doesn't matter if they're planning your visit or if they're just a guest for the very first time. If you go up and you ask someone if they're new, right, one of two things is going to happen. Either number one, if they're not new, they might get offended and say, what? No, I'm not new. I've been going to this church for 10 years. Right? And then it's kind of an awkward conversation. Or they might actually be new and it might be their first time, but they might be like, oh my gosh, right? I knew I stuck out like a sore thumb, right? And they already feel insecure and you just made them feel even more weird. So one of the best things to do if you think someone is new, just train your team and your people to go up and introduce themselves. This makes it so much easier. And then just ask them how long they've been going to the church. So if you just walk up and say, hey, I don't think we've met yet. My name's Chris, right? They're naturally going to introduce themselves and just say, oh, okay, great. John, man, how long have you been going to the church? Right? And then this is an easy way for them to say, oh, this is my first time, or actually I've been going for a while, I just haven't been here in a while, right? But it's an easy way into this to kind of find out if they are new, if this is their first time, without going through the awkwardness of asking them if this is actually their first time. A couple of other quick tips for your Plan Your Visit team is never point directions, right? Have you ever noticed this? Like if you go to like Target or Walmart, they never point the directions. If you ask them where something is, they'll actually walk you over there and show you. So you want to make sure that your Plan Your Visit team is doing the exact same thing. If someone comes up and asks where the bathrooms are, don't just point to the bathrooms or give them directions. Actually walk them over to the bathroom, right? If they're looking for a coffee or if they want to go meet the pastor, walk them over there. This not only gives a great impression, but it also communicates a culture of hospitality. Okay, so if you're considering doing Plan Your Visit for the very first time, or you've been doing it but you're not exactly sure if you're doing it right, well, this is a conversation we have all the time inside of the Church Marketers group. So if you go to Facebook and search for the Church Marketers Facebook group, or you can simply click on the link in the description below, we're having conversations like this every single day, all day, inside the Church Marketers group. You can join me and Ryan Wakefield and a bunch of other incredible church leaders and pastors as we talk about what it looks like to do ministry, reach the next generation, and change the world for Jesus. Hope you're having a great day. We'll see you soon.